Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about Game of Thrones, which is a book series, The Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin, and it is also a very popular HBO series, which starts in April. First off, I'm going to talk to you about where everything is located. We have Westeros, which is what we're going to focus on today, and then we also have Pentos and Extra Lands, which we will focus on another time. And each area on the map has their own individual families, sigil, stronghold, and we are going to just take a look at a few of the popular ones. Okay. Here are a couple of the families. So the first one we see is Targaryen. Lannister is another family that's in power at the time period that we're talking about. The Baratheons, which is also in power. Aaron, we'll find out about later. Greyjoys, and these are just the main houses. So we will continue. Alright, so the first house that we're going to talk about is Winterfell. This was located in the way far north of Westeros, and their house sigil is the Starks, or the Direwolf, House Stark. And this is Eddard Stark. He's the Lord of Winterfell. And at this time period, well, what was this? Lord of Winterfell. Okay, so the King Baratheon came to Lord Eddard Stark's castle in Winterfell, and he had a big question to ask Eddard Stark, and we will see what that is in order to
tell me about your map.
Keep our scenarios. Yeah, go over it.
I need you, Ned. Down at King's Landing, down up here where you're no damn use to anybody. Lord Eddard Stark, I would name you the Hand of the King.
I'm unworthy of the honor.
Okay, so what King Baratheon is doing is he's asking Eddard Stark to become the Hand of the King, which is the right-hand man for the king, because his previous hand had died unexpectedly. And this is a big honor, and Eddard Stark is not sure if he can leave his own castle to take on that honor, or if he even wants it. I've never used this yet. Alright, so that takes us fast forwarding to King's Landing. And once again, you see Robert Baratheon with his sigil, and his wife is Cersei Lannister with her sigil right here. So Eddard Stark ends up coming back with Robert Baratheon to the Seven Kingdoms, which is our King's Landing, which is the capital of the Seven Kingdoms, and yeah, they come back, everything's fine and dandy until Robert Baratheon gets killed by a boar. So, what is the kingdom going to do? So, as the heir, well, actually, Cersei and Robert Baratheon had a son named Joffrey, so therefore he would potentially become the king, but he's not of age. So, Eddard Stark takes it upon himself to say that he will stand in as regent for Joffrey. Unfortunately, we'll see what happens.
To make all necessary arrangements for my coronation. I wish to be crowned within the fortnight. Today I shall accept oaths of fealty from my loyal counselors.
Sir Barrister, I believe no man here could ever question your honor.
So from here, Eddard Eddard Stark is presenting Joffrey with the will, saying that he will stand in. And we'll see the reaction.
Is this meant to be your shield, Lord Stark?
So,
Piece of
as you
paper.
can see, Cersei ends up ripping Robert's will, which is from the hand of the king. So this is a big turmoil point in the middle of what's going to happen next. So,
You think he stands alone?
Kill him! Kill all of them, I command it!
okay. So since Eddard Stark is challenging the king, or king in quotation marks, Joffrey takes it upon himself to imprison Eddard Stark for challenging his claim to the throne. Alright, so what would you do? You're the heir of the Seven Kingdoms, and the honored Lord Stark, hand of the former king, threatens your claim to the throne. So you're put in this position. You think that your claim is for sure, and what would you do? Like, would you imprison him? Would you exile him, Eddard Stark, or any suggestions?
I mean, I would either exile him or imprison him, or I would, or behead him. That's just a thought. But Eddard Stark was a very likable character at the time, especially for the main populace. So I wouldn't publicly do anything to physically harm him, only because that could be a very negative populace backlash.
Definitely. Eddard Stark is known as the man of honor in the kingdoms, so it'd be very bad for King Joffrey to do anything that would put him in harm's way. And this is what happened.
But beloved Baelor taught us they can also be merciful. What is to be done with this traitor, Your Grace?
My mother wishes me to let Lord Eddard join the Night's Watch. Stripped of all titles and powers, he would serve the realm in permanent exile. And my lady Sandra has begged mercy for her father. But they've the soft hearts of women. So long as I am your king, treason shall never go unpunished. Sir Ilyn, bring me his head.
So we're not going to get into the graphics of that because it's brutal, but so as you can see, there's some support just because the people in the area were wanting to see something exciting happen, but what do you think would be a few possible outcomes that could happen from the murder of Lord Eddard Stark? Would there be an uproar? Would people just accept it because it's what the king wanted? What do you guys think?
Well, and you said he was like a likable character, then I feel like there would be some sort of uprising because a lot of people would probably disagree with the king and then try to overthrow him because they want he Stark wanted, so they would try to continue his legacy.
Yeah, definitely.
Particularly the North, where he's from.
Yeah, and the North is one of the biggest parts of the Seven Kingdoms as well. It has the most land mass. Unfortunately, it's always snowing, so there's not a lot of people that live there. So, moral of the story, the Starks were mixed.
I have your sisters. We have to get the girls back. And then we will kill them all.
So, Catelyn Stark, which is the woman who's being shown right now, is the wife of Lord Eddard Stark. So, she has some power in the north to try to start an uprising, and Robert is her son, who she's holding, and he is the temporary Lord of the North. So, he's upset as well. So, Robert now starts a rebellion, and we'll just take a quick look at that.
Your brother, now and always.
Ourselves again. It was the dragons we bowed to, and now the dragons are dead. There sits the only king I mean to bend my knee to. The King of the North!
So, the people of the North are pissed. So, therefore, they appoint Robert Stark as the new King of the North to challenge Joffrey's claim. Now, Robert Baratheon was not the only person in that family line. He also had his two brothers, which could be his potential successors. And from this, we have Renly, who's the youngest of the three, and we also have Stannis, who is the second, or the middle child. What do you think would be an impact on the Seven Kingdoms? Since Joffrey has murdered Lord Eddard Stark and there's clearly being an uprising, should one of the brothers step in, or should we just have Joffrey be the king in the time period? Any ideas? Okay, well, in the story, they end up both having their own separate uprisings, and they get parts of the Seven Kingdoms to all follow each of these four kings. And across the sea, there's a potential other threat, Khaleesi and Khal Drogo. And here's some cats, and me.